Hello everyone, and welcome back. On today's figure review, we're going to be continuing on with the next figure from Godzilla Singular Point. And today, here we have to review Jet Jaguar from the animated series Godzilla Singular Point. And now we're going to go on ahead and take a look to see how much of the range of motion that he has articulated on his body. And now, straight off, we're going to go ahead and just rotate the arms. Alright, arms can move all the way around. How about the legs? And yep, legs can also rotate all the way around as well. Now, you may be wondering, what happened to Jet Jaguar? Well, I will tell you. Keep in mind, and spoilers ahead if you haven't already seen Godzilla Singular Point, the animated series already, which has been out since, in the US, released since June already, so hoping you already have seen it. So, in the animated series, we see throughout Jet Jaguar's journey, he didn't even start off like this yet, but he progressively started to get upgraded as the events of Godzilla Singular Point went on throughout the episodes. But here as the figure, this is what we got. And as we all know of the news from SH Monster Arts, that there is going to be another Jet Jaguar from Godzilla Singular Point, and that one has, of course, much more better legs and is taller and looks more like Jet Jaguar as compared to this guy right here. But I will say that this is definitely an interesting looking Jet Jaguar to have from the Godzilla Singular Point vinyl figure line. And like right here at the back, he has a little backpack. And then I forgot the character's name, but where one of the characters can go right here inside Jet Jaguar and operate Jet Jaguar to fight against the Rodans that attack the city, or in this particular moment at that, what was it, carnival, some kind of event going on to where the Rodans first appeared and attacked, and Jet Jaguar came to the rescue. As far as the details of the figure, especially paint job wise, so he's not, well, as far as the obvious colors go, he has his iconic red and blue and a little bit of yellow, as you can see. So the yellow being right here on his shoulders, at the elbows, and a little bit right here on the outline of this see-through for the person operating to look out from Jet Jaguar. And then the red all the way around, and then And then I guess the wiring that's installed in Jet Jaguar's feet that travel up to his body. So the red, well, a red-orange like color, as this one looks. Yeah, I'd say more like a red-orange color. And then, of course, the blue around his neck. And then his blue eyes. And the head is still looking the same as a pointy head. And then parts of it on the inside of black right here. As for the rest of his body, I would say like a very light beige color or a white color. Well, I know it's not necessarily white, but I best go with just a light color for the rest of his body. But alright, so that pretty much covers that. Yeah, because like the more like you hold on to this figure, it just feels like at the same time it's weird holding this, but at the same time it just seems very. Hold up a minute! I forgot one more thing that yeah, like I said, forgot. So there is one more interesting feature on this Jaguar figure. The bottom half and the top half of his body, well, what do you know, can rotate all the way around. So if you wanted your Jaguar running like that, or if you wanted him running the opposite way. But yeah, you get my point. The top half and the bottom half of his body can also rotate. I kind of forgot that. But as I was saying before, it feels very weird and interesting to hold this version of Jaguar, as it seems like it's like the very, it's like the child version of Jet Jaguar. Like he's just like in his, like he's a child, and then when he gets his legs, okay, then he's grown up. Because yeah, I mean, the top half of his body is looking good. It's just like, you know, like reason that I just say that, it's just like with his legs, it just makes him look small. Pretty much just small. And you wouldn't think he wouldn't be able to be capable of doing much, but sure enough, in the animated series, he can do a lot. And we find that out especially more at the end of what Jet Jaguar is capable of. But alright, now we're gonna go ahead and do some size comparisons right about now. Alright, here next to the singular point Jet Jaguar, here on the right we have Playmates Jet Jaguar. And as you can see on the right, this Jet Jaguar looks obviously much more recognizable as compared to the singular point Jet Jaguar, for obvious reasons. And as you can see, Playmates Jet Jaguar is much taller than the singular point Jet Jaguar, even though Jet Jaguar from singular point has a much more bulkier top half of his body. Playmates Jet Jaguar looks just more like a regular standard Jet Jaguar that you can recognize. That is from the film Godzilla vs. Megalon. And then the head on the Playmates Jet Jaguar is, of course, bigger compared to the singular point Jet Jaguar head. And obviously, with the Playmates Jet Jaguar, he has legs and he has arms that have hands, as opposed to singular point Jet Jaguar has very short legs but very long arms with, I guess you would say, kind of like claw like fingers, hands that look like you would see at a claw machine to pick up and grab your prize. But alright, we're going to go ahead and move on to the next figure. Alright, and here we have the original here in our midst. Here, next to the singular point Jet Jaguar, on the right hand side, we have the Bandai Japan Movie Monster Series Jet Jaguar from Godzilla vs. Megalon. And again, with that film, it is with Godzilla and Jet Jaguar teaming up to fight against Megalon and Gigan. And here, with the Bandai Japan Jet Jaguar, also very much different from the Playmates Jet Jaguar, as this Jet Jaguar is much more of like in a standing tall stance with arms at the side, fists at the side, ready to go. And as later down the road, and I would say between the past year or two now, to where we've gotten at least 2 or 3 more different iterations of this Jet Jaguar, to where the body's still the same, but the arm and hand postures are just different. So it's like you're getting the same thing, but you have different arm and hand postures for this version of Jet Jaguar of the Bandai Japan final figure line. So here on the right, we got the original, and here on the left, we have the latest incarnation of Jet Jaguar. And as I mentioned before, on the right, he's got the legs, he's got the arms with opposable thumbs, hands, fingers. As to this Jet Jaguar from Singular Point, very small legs and very long arms, and of course a much more larger body, and a much more, on the right hand side, more skinnier, and also bigger head, smaller head. He's got a backpack, and original does not have a backpack. And yep, the length of the arms. And definitely a very obvious height difference. But alright, we're going to go ahead and move on to the next figure. Alright, and here we have the Singular Point Jet Jaguar next to the Bandai Japan Mecha-King Ghidorah from Godzilla vs. King Ghidorah 1991. Interesting that they almost size up with each other well, but I feel like this Jet Jaguar would definitely have some sort of advantage because, well, you guessed it, the long arms. But alright, we're going to go ahead and move on to one last size comparison. Alright, and last up to compare, here we got Singular Point Jet Jaguar next to the new Bandai Japan movie monster series Godzilla 1991. Also from Godzilla vs. King Ghidorah. And I guess also, yeah, I guess that's technically, well, what I'm about to say next, technically right, that these are also two figures that came out within this past year. As Jet Jaguar Singular Point, I think, was more at the beginning of the year, or maybe toward the end of last year. And as for this Godzilla, like I said in a previous video a couple months ago, but yes, they are both figures that are the latest new wave of Bandai Japan vinyl figures. Alright, without further ado now, I'm going to go ahead and pass this along to Fierce Zilla Jr. Alrighty, Fierce Zilla Jr. What's your input on the Singular Point Jet Jaguar? Did you enjoy the animated series of Godzilla Singular Point? Anything new going on with your day? Or do you... Oh, okay. I guess we're gonna...